Stage 4, an out and back route in Greyton, produced one of the most dramatic days in recent Absa Cape Epic history. Four-time winner and third place overall Carl Platt of Team Bulls dropped out of the race for the first time in 10 years due to a knee injury sustained on Stage 2. His partner Urs Huber had to ride on alone as Platt returned disconsolate to the race village. There was a moment of controversy on the single track when Absa African leader Kevin Evans took a shortcut on a switchback. Having viewed the GoPro footage from both Evans' bike and the rider behind him, the UCI commissaire determined that there was conclusive evidence the Fed Group iTech Connect team had gained an unfair advantage over active teams in the race, and therefore imposed the minimum penalty and docked the team 1 hour.
Get in the way, and in the heat of the moment you're a little bit frustrated, so I got to a switchback corner probably no less than 5 meters and wanted to just gain 4 or 5 places over the guys that shouldn't have been there, and turns out that I was ahead of the South African racing team, and seems like the guys have lodged a complaint. Obviously, they're second in line for the Africa jersey and have the most to gain out of this.
The technical nature of the course played into the hands of cross-country specialists, and they don't come much better than Nino Schurter and Philip Bass. The world champion and the African champion claimed their first career stage wins with a display of skill and class. Topi Gergens, Mennen and Heineck finished third behind Centurion and Verder and broke the curse of the yellow jersey to ensure they would don them on stage 6. The women's race took a twist when leaders Team Mirandal lost over 12 minutes and the leaders' orange jerseys when the rear suspension on Esther Sosa's bike collapsed. She and Sally Bigham finished second behind the new leaders Team Mauritium of Ariane Kleinans and Anneke Langvat, who will start stage 5 in the leaders' orange jerseys. A fourth top 3 stage finish ensured Mennen and Heineck increased their lead over Mirandal Songo Specialized to 11 minutes and 47 seconds. Burma and Steve Jun benefited from the withdrawal of Bulls 1 and Scott Factory Racing are the new leaders in the chase for the Absa Africa jersey. 5 days after wearing the orange women's leaders jersey for a day, Kleinans and Langvat have a lead of 1 minute and 11 seconds over 2012 champions Sus and Bigham, with Cape Brewing Company Stenach and Ralph in third. A third stage win by Team Synergy increased their lead to over an hour and a half in the mixed. Brenchens and Nazaveda returned to the top step in the podium in the Masters, and McLean and Zurbrek continue to dominate the Grandmasters. Arguably the hardest stage of this year's race, Stage 5 is the Queen Stage. Riders should conserve energy over the first 50 kilometres. Serengeti is the warm-up to the mighty Rusty Gate climb, the highest point of this year's race at 5 kilometres and an average gradient of 10%. Tired legs will take strain. The epic monument Groenlandberg awaits late in the stage, a long slow grind with spectacular views before the drop into Oak Valley Wine Estate gives them a rewarding finish to a truly epic day. Grey soup-like fog greeted riders in Greyton this morning with its heavy blanket covering the farmlands around the Oaks estate. Temperatures were initially chilly, but it's all set to burn off as the morning progresses and as the riders wind their way into the escarpment towards the new race village of Oak Valley Elgin. The yellow jerseys covered by the Team Topi Gergens jackets of Mennen and Heineck. A revelation of this year's Absa Cape Epic. And they're off, all the category leaders fronting the peloton's charge into the mist. 110 kilometres lies ahead. The stunning Riviersonrand Mountains, the foothills and farmlands of the Overberg are revealed as the dawn mists give way to morning sunshine. The nodding heads of the riders in the peloton working out of the saddle. Slowly the pace cranks up, as is evident by the line of riders stretching out. Some skilled flying by chopper pilot Gary Fox, capturing the footage that will be beamed around the world. Sally Bigham, a multiple British champion in the marathon discipline, and her Mirandal teammate Esther Sus will be hoping to get back some time on Mauritium, who fought their way back into the orange zebra stripe leaders jerseys. The route is relatively flat and smooth for now. That changes soon enough when they head along the dual tracks through the farmlands. Several steep climbs and some single track lies ahead. For now they'll eat up the kilometres, making their way towards the main obstacles of the day, the selective hills that'll separate the contenders from the pretenders. Expect Sauser's teammate Rabon to come into his own today. Topi Gergen, Centurion Voda and the rest will do all they can to match him. All the contenders are in this front group so far. The riders start to clock up the vertical meters. The climbing begins. Today features a vertiginous 2,900 meters of climbing, 3 times higher than Cape Town's iconic Table Mountain at 1,085 meters. The yellow jerseys of Topi Gergen are living up to the responsibility of leading this race. Riding up front with them are Centurion Voda, Topado Factory, Mirandal Songo Specialized, Scott Odlow, Bulls 2 and BMC. Support team of Sauser and Rabon, Team Riciem, are also in close attendance. Heinz Zurberg from Austria leads South African partner Andrew McLean. And in the women's race, Team Riciem are showing that they're worthy of the orange zebra stripe jerseys, already gaining time on rivals Mirandal. A long line of riders in the leading group are stretched out behind the locomotive of Nino Schurter from Switzerland in his rainbow stripe jersey. The single track descent, riders will need to take extra care. No risks that could end their chances of an Absa Cape epic finish. Grandmasters show off their inveterate skills. In the front group, it's all in, skating as close to the edge as they dare. Nino Schurter, the best mountain biker in the world today. A bold statement, but firmly backed up by his #1 world ranking. A casualty on the descent, and it couldn't be any worse. It's the yellow jersey holders Topi Gergen. Christian Heineck has a double flat, both wheels. They get assistance from a very generous Centurion Voda. Case and Kaufman no longer have overall GC hopes, having broken a frame on stage 2. They're donating their wheels to the Czech. The race waits for no one. Base powers on. Scott Odlow won yesterday's stage and planned to take it easy today, but their racing spirit has gripped them. In another show of camaraderie, Jose Hermida offers Centurion Voda's Case his wheel. His partner Van Hoots retired earlier in the stage. Water point 1. The lead group arrives. It's the usual scramble for sustenance and lubrication, and the countdown begins. How far back are Topi Gergen? Three and a half minutes later, Heineck and Menon roll in, grim-faced, not looking forward to the prospect of chasing their nearest rivals on GC alone. They'll know Mirandal Songo Specialized will be capitalizing on this. Ever active at the front, Scott Odlow. And Lucas Flukiger is also keen for a stage win. Behind them, Steve-Jan, Bjerkes, Rabon, Sauser, Burma and Fanja. Pollison and Chiarini of Topado, all with their noses to the grindstone. The steep Serengeti climb. A frustrated Topi Gergen team will need to stay calm and not try to close the gap on Mirandal Songo Specialized too quickly and blow themselves up before the finish. They're riding on their lowest possible gears, winching their way up, gasping for air. Nino Schurter straining at the leash, hoping his partner will spring out of the pack and join him on a lone breakaway. The group has thinned out considerably, with only Mirandal Songo Specialized, Topado Factory and Bulls 2 accounted for. Christian Heineck is a newcomer to the race, proving he's a worthy partner to the rising star Robert Menon. It's hard times like this that really expose the true qualities of a champion rider. The cool waters of a farm dam, in direct contrast to the searing pace set by Nino Schurter. Heinz Zollweg putting his partner on the grind. A remarkable performance by the 52-year-old Austrian. Team Riciem with Kleinan setting the pace. Tactics dictates that she takes the lead on the climbs. When it comes to the flats, it's Langvaart's turn. Similar tactics for Belgian Roel Paulison, who acknowledges that his roadie Italian partner Chiarini is the stronger rider on the flatter sections. Rabon and Sauza know that this is their best chance of making back some time on yellow. The lead group is well into the Rustigate climb now. Christian Heineck with a new set of wheels courtesy of Centurion Boda's largesse limits the damage. Roel Paulison is a two-time winner of the Absa Cape Epic, in 2005 with Bart Brenchens and in 2008 with Jakob Fuglsang. Christoph Sauza has won 4 Absa Cape Epics and is well positioned for a record-breaking 5th title. Mirandal Songo Specialized just has the small matter of an 11-minute 40-second GC deficit to make up. Team Torpedo Factory summit first, dealing a psychological blow to their rival Scott Odlow. It seems they're seriously in the hunt for an elusive stage win. On Sauza's mind right now, he'll be focused on eating into Topi Gergen's overall lead. With the shattered field strewn out on the climb, the descent will allow teams an opportunity to regroup and give chase, with Torpedo Factory up ahead. With form like this, Roel Paulison could well be on the podium tonight. Ariane Kleinans leads Anneke Langvaart up the climb named Rusty Gate. This summit marks the highest point reached by the riders in the 2014 Absa Cape Epic. Team Riciem claimed the Sasol Women's Hotspot cash prize of 15,000 Rand to add to their prize money tally. The prize purse at this year's race, equaling the men's, has attracted a stellar field, including the venerable Mirandal team consisting of Sally Bigham and Esther Soos. Despair for František Rabon. Christoph Sauza hits a sharp rock. Their backup team of Kleinans and Bell arrive. Team Riciem are certainly earning their salaries this week. This is not the first time they've helped out Mirandal Songo Specialized with a donor wheel. The deficit to the yellow jerseys is all but wiped out. The gap has shrunk from 4.5 minutes to 30 seconds. Back on the trails again, Rabon leads Sauza off a treacherous rocky segment and into the forests. Mirandal Songo Specialized too, Montoya and Bostrom sit on the wheels of Heineck and Menon. They cannot be expected to help Topi Gergen with their allegiance to Sauza and Rabon. The Tierwarters Kloof Dam. Back to the leaders. Schurter and Bass are all in for the stage. Torpedo Factory chase them. Paulison and Chiarini on their 27.5-inch wheeled bikes trail the Swiss-South African pair by 30 seconds. The All-Africa jersey wearers Bjerkes and Haynes are also having a great day out today, dicing with Bulls 2, Steve Jan and Burma. In the distance, Schurter dances on the pedals with Bass following. Approaching the base of the climb, Bulls 2 and Scott Factory Racing. It's a long, hard chase for Topi Gergen, with their GC rivals inching their way up ahead. The time gap is over 1.5 minutes. It's turning into a hot day. Schurter has unzipped his rainbow jersey. Hot on Scott Odlow's wheels, 30 seconds back, the Belgian-Italian combination. Water point 3, a refuel stop for Schurter and Bass before their assault on the majestic Groenlandberg, the grand dame of the Absa Cape Epic. Paulison and Chiarini place their orders. The service is snappy. Lying third on the road, Rabon and Sauza 4 minutes back. Top up for the last push to Oak Valley. It's the Medusa, Queen of Groenlandberg. She wears a 10-meter tall gown and Oakley's Medusa eye and headgear. Instead of the usual pop music fanfare motivating the riders, she'll be singing opera right until the last rider rolls through. It's more likely that the non-professionals will stop and enjoy the spectacle. Torpedo find the afterburner button, overhaul Bass and catch up to Schurter. The Swiss must drop back to his partner to avoid a time penalty. Bass feeling the effects of the rough tracks and struggling to find his rhythm.
How's it going so far, Nina?
Yeah, pretty good. But now we have to be careful that rule is not going too far.
František Rabon leading the multiple world champion Christoph Sauser. And in the background, Montoya, one half of their support team. 1 minute 30 seconds down on Mirandal Songo Specialized is Topi Gergen. Huge resolve shown by the German-Czech pair, defending their jerseys with honor. The golden bikes of Mirandal Songo Specialized carried them off the summit in pursuit of the leaders. In a swap for the lead, Paulsen and Chiarini are now the hunted. They have a 30-second gap on Scott Odlow. With some respite after the descent, Philip Base's legs have a new lease on life, and he takes turns with Schurter to close the gap on the team in blue. Langford and Kleinans approach the Medusa, hoping not to turn into stone. The trail is already rocky enough. Into the final kilometres now. Topado's lead, slashed in the single track by Scott Odlow. It's a dice to the line. The gap is down to 9 seconds. Oak Valley awaits a nail-biting finish. Topado Factory have done it, holding off the fast-charging cross-country specialist in the last single-track section. Paulsen's first stage win in 6 years. The track's 1k too short for the Schurter base combination, coming in second. And Sauser leads Rabon in. A job well done. A big day for Ariane Kleinans and Anneke Langford, putting huge tracts of time into Sus and Bigham today. They cross the line, yet another stage win by a formidable combination. And 6 stage wins in a row for the Grand Masters, Heinz Zurbrich and Andrew McLean of Cyclelab Toyota. Top step of the podium for Roel Paulsen and Riccardo Chiarini. A roadie, definitely a mountain biker now. And holding on to yellow team Topi Gergen Racing, Christian Heineck and Robin Menon.
It's always a special feeling, no? Because you can attack in the beginning, but so much can happen during the stage, and you have to be smooth, you have to be strong in such a stage. You need a little bit luck. Like you could see today, it was only 10-20 seconds that we had on the finish, and that was really stressful. The last 5k, I was looking at my Garmin and never ending that 115k, and I told Ricardo already at the top, okay, we come down, but we don't take any risks because we don't want to break something or kill the bike, and just that's why we pushed really hard every time there was a little climb coming on the end. We pushed everything we had. Then we were gaining something, and it was just enough to win, and it's a really special feeling.
Yeah, it's just sometimes it's just really bad luck you have. Sometimes it's just very lucky. For example, we all ride a single trail, and Hinaki just double flat, and everybody kind of like rides in the same 30-40 centimeter, the same when I flatted. 2 centimeter side cut, we all ride behind each other, grass, rock, so you can't really see every single rock, and I just hit that rock perfectly. Like it's kind of like winning in the lottery, but here we lose.
Yeah, that was a really big relief. I'm so happy that they helped us, and have to thank them a lot. I believe now I have to figure out what to give to them, that they are also happy to honor it, and I believe in some other races we have to give them something back. So yeah, I had a talk yesterday to them and asked what would they do if we have a puncture, if they could help, and they said maybe, because they are the only team that is still with us in the front and has also XX1 with 11-speed gearbox and also the same kind of axles. So they are one of the teams that is helping us. You know, for example, Merida, they have not the same fork, and they have not the same axle in the front wheel. So I asked them, and yeah, now I'm pretty happy that I asked and that they helped us.
And cementing their hold on the orange leaders jersey, Anneke Langvat and Arjan Kleinans.
I must say that was the stage that I was most worried about, because Esther and Sally are excellent climbers, and yeah, I thought today, yes, they're gonna come for us, but luckily we had a good start again, and we could actually go into the technical sections ahead of them, and I think that was a good advantage. Yeah, and then we could just kept it very steady and really paced ourselves very well, and yeah, we actually very happy, or just very happy with ourselves to really put another time into them and yeah, stay in the orange jersey.
An untested combination until this race. Paulison and Chiarini clearly work well together. Scott Odlo just missing out on a second stage win. An outstanding ride by ex-Superbike world champion Ben Bostrom and Paolo Montoya to come home fourth. Topi Gergen did well to limit their losses to Mirandal Songo Specialized to 2 minutes. The race for third is getting close, with Topado Factory now 3 minutes and 13 seconds behind the Bulls 2 team. Arjan Kleinans and Anneke Langvat of Resium were in overdrive on stage 5. They put 14 minutes into their closest rivals, 2012 winners Switzerland's Esther Suss and British champion Sally Bigham. The Swiss-Danish combination now have over a quarter of an hour in hand over Mirandal, with 2 days to go. Cape Brewing Company's position in third appears fairly secure. Tom Jannes and Bettina Ulrich were the winners in the mixed into Oak Valley. Brenchens and Azevedo were in superb form in the Masters, and McLean and Zurbrich made it 6 wins in 6 stages. Team Synergy are still ahead in the mixed. Brenchens and Azevedo now over 13 minutes clear of definitive bikes, and Cyclelab Toyota have close to an hour's lead over Bucher and Brown. Riders can make use of the Absa Rider Lounge, where they can have a massage, relax in comfort, catch up with news, check emails using the free Wi-Fi hotspot, and cool down, all while being served by tireless, friendly staff. Long regarded as the premium cycling apparel brand, Assos are the official suppliers of the new-look Absa Cape Epic Leaders jerseys, as well as the limited edition Amabubesi cycling jerseys, and a selection of custom products available in the race village. Stage 6 is a gift for those who've survived the week. The 1800 metres of climbing will be forgotten as the riders hit the exhilarating single track above Hohook Inn. They cruise through vineyards, apple orchards and forest and Fynbos before dual tracks drop them deep into the Elgin Valley. Lebanon's trails are followed by the carefully carved and constructed tracks and bridges on Paul Kluwer. The smiles will be wide as they charge back into Oak Valley.